Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some wrestling news. I'll do a NBA news right after this, because I haven't talked about any NBA news in like 3-4 days. But there was some wrestling stuff I wanted to get to. A major story just came out an hour ago. CM Punk suffered a significant injury during the Royal Rumble this past weekend. Within the WWE, speculation was a torn triceps. His exact injury was unconfirmed by those in WWE past meeting confirming the injury, and that as of right now, the plan is to have him on the show from Tampa tonight on WWE Raw to address the nature of the injury. There was a spot in the Rumble where the ref checked on Punk and he told the ref, end quote, my triceps, from the Wrestling Observer. Man, the injury bug strikes again. No Seth, no CM Punk. Man, you can't even call it at stake at this point. Torn triceps. CM Punk's going to miss WrestleMania. It's flat out not going to happen. Punk is going to take longer to heal than Seth Rollins. It's not at stake at this point. I don't think either comes back unless comes back in safe enough shape to compete. Because less than 70 days now, it's going to be impossible to regain the integrity in a surgically repaired triceps. But then Seth has an outside chance. If it was as serious as he said, a match in shape would be a dud. I feel like a match in shape would be a pretty good match, actually. But I think it was that spot where Drew McIntyre did the DDT, and he was like, oh, my triceps. You could see him go to the ref, like, say something, but apparently he said, my triceps. I think their health is more important than a WrestleMania match. And I think it's safe to say the plan's scrapped for CM Punk and Seth Rollins, because there's no way CM Punk can come back quickly in under 70 days. 4 to 6 months. If it's a torn triceps, he's out at least 4 to 6 months, maybe longer. But what do they do for Seth Rollins if he comes back? What are they going to do? Because you had CM Punk was going to pencil in. Who do you have winning the Elimination Chamber now? Who is a worthy challenger for Seth Rollins when he comes back? Because I believe he'll come back. But who will face Seth Rollins? Who will win that Elimination Chamber? That's my question. Just the injury bug. Injury bug strikes again, man. I know it, man. His arm looks so weird. Like he could barely lift him up for the GTS. I felt like his triceps was torn. There's no way he was that sloppy just for being like, ring rust. He kept grabbing at it. But this sucks. And unfortunately, we got the news confirmed by PW Insider a few minutes later. PW Insider has confirmed that CM Punk suffered a torn triceps during the Men's Royal Rumble match and is believed to be heading towards surgery after an appearance on tonight's WWE Raw. So, Wrestling Observer mentioned it, and now it's confirmed by PW Insider. Man. WrestleMania Dream Match gone, ladies and gentlemen, with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Hey, man, that's just an unlucky injury. And it happens, but maybe he could just retire at this point, but I think the dream's dead for Seth Rollins and CM Punk. If what all of us wanted, it's not going to happen. I don't know what the Mania plans are going to be now. Seth will be good to go by Mania, Punk won't. Seth is definitely not going to main event now, which sucks. Because he's been a workhorse champion, but just unfortunate time for injuries. But who will CM Punk face, or who will Seth Rollins face is what my question. And how it happened was on the Drew McIntyre spot. It wasn't on the Gunther spot. It was, you could see him grab right at it after the DDT. And a review of the Royal Rumble match from PW Insider shows that CM Punk may have been injured taking a DDT from Drew McIntyre. Punk rolled out of the ring holding his left arm following that spot. Punk suffered a torn triceps on his right arm while performing for AEW. So this could be a new injury, not a recurrence of a previous injury. Man. Both triceps in the span of 2 years. But I think it was just an unlucky spot. right there. I mean, but that DDT did look nasty, but I thought he was acting. I thought it was just him selling it. But it turns out he actually wasn't selling it. He was actually an injury. What are you going to do now? Maybe it's just, unfortunately, just time for CM Punk to hang it up. I mean, 3 big injuries now in AEW and WWE. And I think it was just unfortunate with Drew McIntyre. But people say, oh, we could have done more to protect CM Punk. Just don't listen to that crap. He protects everyone's in the ring with. Like, the people that say that can go sit down. Because Drew McIntyre always protects his opponents in the ring. You know, injuries happen. Are you going to do Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins now? Who knows? And PW Insider also said the belief among sources we have spoken with is that post-surgery CM Punk would likely need in the area of 4 to 6 months of recovery and physical therapy per PW Insider. No Seth versus Punk at WrestleMania. I don't know what you do. What do you do now? Or is CM Punk going to return at SummerSlam, possibly? But everyone was thinking about the WrestleMania match. Is he going to return, maybe, say, up a SummerSlam match? But, man, just annoyed. All the WrestleMania plans have just blown up. So now we gotta see what they'll do next. Maybe Damian Priest could cash in. I don't know. We'll see though. WWE have announced that the first hour of tonight's episode of WWE Raw will be commercial free. And basically the reason is they did this after SummerSlam or Survivor Series 2, so I mean it's just sort of tradition to do after major pay-per-views, probably for money, and CM Punk, probably for like 15-20 minutes or so with a promo, talking about his injury. But I think the fans will be in for a treat tonight. I think Raw will be good. But yeah, just unfortunate news with the CM Punk incident, with the injury, with the triceps, and WWE, good for them making tonight's episode commercial free for the first hour. So, PW Insider say Mercedes Moné will be working in pro wrestling by March, and quote, not for WWE. I know people are saying AEW, but maybe it might not be AEW or WWE. Maybe it could be another company. And those are really maybe the only big options. And you never know, it might not be for WWE or AEW. But the division over there is just dated. I mean, they don't book the women there correctly. Honestly, they just don't. Hopefully she can, they have the talent. Like, they have talent in that division. They just do not use them. Only a brick wall can stop this division. His name is Tony Khan. Because you have Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter may come back, Mariah May, Britt Baker, Serena Deeb, like Hikaru Shida, Julia Hart, Athena, like Billy Starks you can use. And if Mercedes comes out, you have a really good women's division, just use them. Use them correctly, Tony Khan. Like, the women's division, it's not getting better. They mostly use, like, Deonna Purrazzo and Tony Storm. Like, they need to feature more of the women. I'm just hoping it's not for long. If she does go there. I'm a fan of her. I'm a really big fan of her, but I just don't know if it's going to get me to watch AEW. I'm just being honest. But I just don't know about the women's division. But WWE's women's division's getting better, and maybe she just didn't want to go back. Maybe didn't want to go back there. I don't know. Maybe AEW had more money. But I just don't want to see an AEW considering how bad their women's division's been booked. I'm a fan of hers. But this still isn't going to make me watch AEW. Like, I hope she does succeed, because I'll tune in and see what they do with her, but... Yeah. The top 5 most viewed clips focused on a talent/moment from this year's Royal Rumble event from WWE's official YouTube channel. Number 1 was Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble. Number 2, Jay and Jimmy go face to face. Number 3 was Jay Cargill's debut. Number 4 is R-Truth entering the Women's Rumble. And number 5, Bayley wins the Royal Rumble. No shot that Cody Rhodes is number 1. Biggest face of the company. And all great moments from the show this year. Probably the 5 best moments from the show this year. But the build for tonight's, for WrestleMania 40 officially kicks off. With Raw tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing how they get started tonight after Raw. Lots of things we're teasing on Saturday. We have a little over 2 months until Mania. This has the potential to be the greatest Mania ever, but it all comes down to the booking. But it's kind of kicked off already with Cody and Roman. That's the first really main thing that's pretty much basically confirmed for WrestleMania. So per PW Insider, word making the rounds at the Royal Rumble over the weekend was that the WWE Elimination Chamber pay-per-view will have a women's chamber match with the winner facing Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 40. It's either going to be Liv Morgan or Becky Lynch, most likely. But I think it might be Becky Lynch because, they've done a face-to-face with Becky Lynch. So, they've done some teases. I can definitely see that happening. They're the 3 likely options. Really, 3 is probably like Bianca, Becky, and Liv, most likely. But we'll see. I think Becky will. They'll probably have Becky win, most likely. But we'll see what WWE decides. As one source noted, and quote, if anyone believes for a second that Endeavor owner Ari Emanuel wants to discover the type of allegations brought forth into the Janelle Grant lawsuit, not just about a company he purchased, but a company that is employing his own daughter, that'd be headquarters for several years, they, end quote, don't know Emanuel, and they don't understand how ferociously he will eradicate anything that needs to be taken care of to protect his businesses. The same source noted that if Emanuel was willing to walk away from Saudi Arabian investments years ago without blinking an eye, he'll have no problem with anything and anyone still remaining that could potentially hurt or impact WWE's business going forward. Man, Ari Emanuel and Nick Khan are best for business, pal. Those 2 are best for business. Most time is about business and not what happens to human beings. Wish we cared more about fellow human beings, and that's what Ari Emanuel's done. A bold statement right here, but it's good for the business as a whole. And Bruce Pritchard, sir, you're fired. Or you're going to fucking resign. But apparently, if Janelle Grant's lawsuit advances, pre-trial discovery could expose WWE leaders and former leaders to damaging revelations via testimony and publication of odd emails and texts, Sportico. Man, there's no way this doesn't get settled out of court with a hush settlement. Maybe she takes a payoff or something, but expose all the people involved. But I don't know if there's anything that's going to have, like, Triple H or anything. I don't know if it will. But he said he found out the same time everybody else did. You couldn't really say nothing much during the press conference because, what more can he say? That's probably already been said. So the advertised card for tonight, CM Punk's advertised, Gunther Kofi for the IC title, Priest and Balor versus DIY for the Undisputed Tag titles, JS versus Bronson Reed, and the fallout from the Royal Rumble. Cody's gonna most likely appear. Now maybe he could appear on SmackDown. I gotta imagine he'll make an appearance, so yeah, it's fallout from the Royal Rumble. Per Wrestling Observer, a number of changes have been made to the card for WrestleMania 40 in the last few days, including plans for Brock Lesnar versus Gunther the show. And listed besides to bring Lesnar back, it doesn't look like he'll be on the Mania card this year, so W from WWE. I think it's the right choice to scrap it. So Pat McAfee in the Rumble revealed nobody gave him a heads up, which is pretty interesting, so that explains why he was so shocked. Brock Lesnar was set to work with Dominic Mysterio at WWE's Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia. So you're telling me Dominic was going to eliminate Brock Lesnar? Jesus Christ. Just imagine Dom telling Brock, I dealt with guys tougher than you behind the wall, pal. So yeah, it's really up to say for this video. So until next time, Peace.